Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and in tribute to Kate the Great, who is a channel I've been watching lately, this is a dry rosé, straight from the box, vintage Thursday. It is the beginning of the long weekend, although I am working tomorrow. And I thought I would do a quick faves and flops for the month of May. And some of these are things that I talked about before, but I wanted to give you an update on them. And some of these things are very new. And I actually revisited a few things from the past. So I think you'll enjoy that. Let's start off with Rakuten. It used to be Ebates, and I think I talked about this briefly before, but if you go through the Rakuten website, it's kind of like I guess they're kind of a middleman, and you go through them. You can go to all your sites, Kohl's or Sephora or Ulta, or they have a list of stores, and you can just look through the stores, and if you use their site to go to the store, they get a commission for bringing you there, and you get a commission for using them to go there. And it's a really cool concept. I was skeptical of it, and I didn't talk about it. I didn't use it for the longest time. And then I decided, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months ago to do it. And I'm already up to like $60 back from purchases I made. And you get the same sales. In fact, they tell you about sales that you may not have known. Like for the Sephora sale, the 20% off Sephora sale, I got the Sephora stuff, and I got an additional, like, I don't know, $9 or $10 back from Rakuten. And they actually do send you a check, a physical check you can just put in the bank, and it clears. It's just uncanny. But it's really just a referral fee, which they get from Sephora, and then they pay you kind of a thanks for using us fee. So I think it's a really cool idea. I do have a link below. You spend $25. Yeah, I think you get $25 back. I think it's a pretty cool thing. If you use my link, and then I get some money back too, because I referred you. So, and then once you're in, you can refer people and get $25 for referring them. So it's kind of a pyramid thing, it seems. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I just got home from work, my second job. And it's really bizarre, you know. I think people are becoming more and more impatient, and we're becoming sloppier about the masks. And I think part of that is because the weather is so warm. And when you're wearing a mask, thusly, it's very hot in the mask. I've seen some people with red faces and sweating, and we got to figure something out. I don't know. But inside the store where I work in the evenings for my second job, we have a lot of people that look like they're going to pass out. So I'm hoping that, you know, they have some good news for us soon and they have a vaccination. But anyway, this is lighthearted, fun makeup stuff. And take a sip. Cheers to all of you who have made it through another week of this lockdown stuff. I mean, this is America, you know. You would just have never imagined we were like part of a science fiction movie. It's just amazing to me. Yeah, sip. Okay, how many of you got into Jeffree Star's site today to order cremation? So I went on there at 1:15 Eastern Time, which is 9:45 Pacific Time, and I waited. I kept refreshing the page. I had already registered on his site. I kept refreshing the page, and at 2 minutes of, they landed onto the cremation section. And I hit that eyeshadow palette, went straight to the cart, and it kept spiraling, and it said, "You're in line." But don't leave or you'll lose your place in line. And I stayed there, and it was probably about a minute and a half I was spinning before it got me to the cart where I could actually pay for the thing. And I was actually kind of thrilled, you know, that I never get something when it's released like that. And I know that there's controversy with this, but again, I'm just going to look at, it's an eyeshadow palette, just like this Tartlet palette. I mean, the name Tartlet, we used to call tarts. Prostitutes were tarts. So this says Tartlet palette. I mean, you can read into things, whatever you want to read into them. But the cremation palette, to me, is kind of clever and kind of interesting, and I'm looking forward to getting it. They said that, you know, the shipping might be a little bit like, the shipping was like 10 bucks. And then they added tax. So I was like, okay. So it was a little more, you know, than what I imagined it was going to be. But I'm looking forward to it, and I will review it for you. But I mean, you know, if you're feeling really bad about the name and the timing and everything, you certainly have your right to your opinion on that. And I understand that people feel very emotional and strong. My own mother was cremated, and my father was cremated as well. So you know, as far as cremation goes, it does hit home with me. And I do have relatives where I scattered my mother's ashes, so I know what ashes look like. And the picture of him, I don't know if you've seen the picture of him for this particular thing that is on there. It's his face in the makeup, and then there's ashes coming out of part of his face because he's being cremated, you know. It's just, okay, well, you know. But it's, you know, when do you say too much, you know? I don't think it's that bad. I really don't. So anyway, I spent way too much time on that. Let's get into stuff I'm loving for the month of May. There are a few things that I'm not loving, but I did want to, and I bring it up again because I use it every month and I'm loving it. And these are my apple cider vinegar gummies, and these are not animal based. These are plant based. They're not made from gelatin. So somebody complained to me that I was flogging, you know, gelatin product, but it's not. This is a cruelty-free apple cider vinegar with the mother gummies. They taste like berries, and they're little teddy bears, and they're really good. Apple cider vinegar has got to be one of the best things for your digestive tract. So, and I think it's keeping me healthy, so I am, knock on wood, going to keep taking them along with my Airborne Original, and this is immune support system with vitamin C and honey. I'm just going for it, and zinc. Fail time, fail time. As I talked about Miraness recently, and how they had sent me like a box of different things, and I thought I would try the foot treatment because my feet, talk about a science fiction movie, okay, really bad. So I put the booties on, and this one split right in half. When I was putting it on, it split. And it split at the foot, so my toes peeked out of it. And but the gook, you wash your feet, you pat them dry, and then you put the booty on, and you leave it on for 15 minutes, and it's squishy. It's very squishy. I'm telling you though, when I took the booty off, you're supposed to rub the excess gook into your feet. It's very slippery until you can get your feet kind of, until it absorbs in. Absolutely wonderful. My feet are so moisturized and hydrated now. It really is a foot treatment. So I'm kind of torn because I think the booties are cheap and they fall apart too easily, but the stuff that is in them really worked. So I think that's pretty cool. This is Too Faced Modern Matte Set, and what it is it's a 3-piece set. You order the exact shade of foundation that you want, and this one I got Warm Nude, which actually, talk about nude, is a slight bit dark for me. And then it also comes with a cooling matte primer, and it comes with the peach translucent powder. So I really like this foundation a lot. I think it's wonderful for aging face, for a dry skin person. They're gonna love this. A lot of people love this. Now what you may not like about it is the smell. It's like fake peach. It's like peach candy. It's not like biting into a fresh peach. This foundation is just fabulous. It really is. I tried it on one side of my face with the cooling primer, and it's interesting. The primer comes out light pink, and when you rub it into your skin, it is cold. It feels cool, and I think this is going to be very refreshing in the summertime. Now the foundation is a little bit dark for me, but it's just wonderful, and it's really good for dry skin. I think this made my favorite 2 or 3 years ago for my top foundation of the year. But it's really nice. That's the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. And it's not a flat matte, it's more of a natural matte. And I think it's nice. It's not too glowy and it's not too flat. It's natural looking. This mattifier is probably very good for the summertime because again, that coolness is very pleasant. So I'm going to use this up in the summertime. Now this is the peach powder. It's beautiful. It really is. It's very finely milled. It blends like a dream, and a lot of people love this powder. They think it's wonderful, and I do too. A very light scent of that peach. It's in all of this series. You know, this whole series has that. But I think for the price, and I think you could get all 3 pieces for like $36. So that was a great deal. It really was a great deal. So, and that's on the Sephora website still. And I'm really glad I got it. I like it a lot. Now these two are still in the bath, and I'm down here halfway now on this, and I'm down about 1/3 of the way on this one. The OLAPLEX number 4 and number 5, and a couple of you have told me that number 3 is really good as well. This is a very hoity-toity, bougie kind of shampoo and conditioner. They have really changed my hair completely, so it looks really healthy and shiny and alive again. And I don't know how they did it, but I will be getting, they do have like a sampler pack on Sephora, and I'd highly recommend that for you to try this because it has 3, 4, 5, and 6, I believe, has all of them, so that you can try them, possibly 7. I don't know. I don't know what all the numbers mean on these things. I just know that the shampoo is nice, the conditioner is nice, and I'm going to try the number 3, which is a nice treatment as well. OLAPLEX and shampoo and conditioner. I'm sold, and these are the smaller size, so you can get the smaller size to try it. But that sampler kit that has all the different numbered thingies in it, I would say that's the one to try. I think it's like $25 for all 5 or whatever. So give that a try. I have it linked below. I wanted to talk about Amazon lashes because I wear false lashes, and you can get like a whole boatload of lashes for really cheap. You have to wait sometimes a month for them to arrive, but you can get like 200 lashes for $10. It's like unbelievable what it is. Now you probably have to wait a little bit longer now. I do cut lashes because they're a little bit too long for my eyes, and I don't like to have too much of a lash because it dips down and it looks stupid. So I cut them, but look on Amazon for some of their lash deals because they're the same kind of thing that you're getting in the drugstore or even at Sephora. But you're getting a lot more, and you have a lot more variety. They're different styles. There's only so many things you can do with lashes. So I like the Invisibands, the invisible line bands. I don't like a thick band on my false lashes because they bend up. They're hard to keep down with the glue. And if you have a glue that's strong enough to keep them down, then it's hard to get them off. So I really like these different lashes, and I'll link below where I got mine. I don't know how long it'll take you to get them, but it's definitely worth it. And speaking of Jeffree Star, This is the Conspiracy palette, and I've been dipping into it probably every other day or so. I dip into it. I'm using different colors in this. I like dipping into different shades for different reasons. I like lining under my eyes with some of them. I like the transition shades. This color, even though it looks like it's hot pink, you can put it in there and it just adds a little spark of difference, you know. His colors are very strong, and like I said, the palette that's coming out, the new cremation one, is all like silvers and browns and cool tone tans and things like that, and I'm looking forward to it. Charcoal grays. So this color, you know, there's just so many things, and even a color like this, and I showed it before, you can just kind of put it in the corner here, 10 and 2, and it warms up the eye a little bit. So I like this. I think this is neat. It's a really cool packaging. It's like a piece of artwork. But the eyeshadows are good as well. They're very high quality. They last a long time, and they're very pigmented. Speaking of pigmented, when this first came out, this is Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. When this first came out, I bought it and I loved it. I used it all the time. I think it was one of my very first year, 2013 or 2014. It was my palette of the year. Now I just got this one earlier this year, and it was really because I remembered I loved it so much. I thought, why don't I just try an old school favorite? It's different. Does anybody else think that it's a little different, that it's not as pigmented? I thought, well, maybe I'm just kind of prejudiced because I have been using like Viseart shadows and Jeffree Star and all these other kind of fancy schmancy, really pigmented shadows, and just comparing them to this, it isn't quite the same thing. I don't know how, if anybody else thinks that it's a different formula. It just doesn't seem as pigmented, and I'm not digging it as much as I used to. So let me know if you think it's a different formulation, because it just doesn't seem right. I have to show you something that I bought only for the packaging. And I know that I talk about it a lot, how we shouldn't buy things for the packaging, but I had to get this. This is from MOSCHINO, and it's an eau de toilette in Fresh. Can you see this? It looks like a little Windex squirt bottle, and it's the loveliest scent. It's just a beautiful little scent. Who would have thought that this would be a perfume? Unfortunately, this doesn't work. It is just a stopper top, so it's not going to do it. But oh my gosh, it's just so pretty. I've been wearing this a lot lately, and it's awfully pretty, but that bottle is just priceless. Absolutely priceless. Yeah. So every Monday, Robert Welch, who is a makeup artist from the UK, he does a very special video where people who watch him have sent in stories of paranormal activity in their lives, something that happened to them or something that happened to somebody they knew, ghost stories, unusual happenings, weird shadows, strange noises, that kind of thing. And he said if you have a story to send it to him, and I did, because when my mother died there was a lot of weird stuff that went on. And I'll just show you the picture I sent to him. This is a picture that I sent to him. And if you notice right here, there is an orb there. And I know, I don't want to freak you out and think that I'm all nutty or anything, but I'll just say that I had just scattered my mother's ashes under that tree, and there were a lot of unusual things that happened. So I wrote him the story, and I keep waiting every Monday for him to talk about it, you know. It's like, oh no, you know. But I sent it fairly recently, and he has thousands of stories, he said. So it's going to be a while before he gets to it. But when you see this picture, That's my mom. So anyway, just thought I'd let you know. I am still using this and I really like it. This is Lumi, and you see their silly ads come up a lot before YouTube videos. You'll see this woman talking about she, you know, always keeps elegant, and then she's on a train and her arm is underneath this guy right there with his nose underneath her arm sitting, and she's holding on to the strap on the train. Anyway, Lumi deodorant, and this is the unscented one. This is the only one I would recommend. This is a wonderful deodorant, and this is the cream version. They do have the rub-on stick version as well, but the cream version is really nice. It's very creamy. You use it anywhere. Anywhere. You can use it on your feet. You can use it under your bra where you get that sweat. You can use it under your arms. You can use it in the private area, the nether regions, the cream. Now, if you have the stick formulation, she recommends that you use that, you know, under your arms. That's where that basically works. The cream version is pretty versatile. You can use it everywhere. This is a wonderful natural deodorant. There's no harmful chemistry in here. It was developed by an OBGYN for women to use in the nether regions. It kills bacteria that creates a scent. So that's all I'm going to say about it. I'll just say Lumi, unscented, absolutely amazing stuff. It's better than Native. I've used Native now for a couple of years since it came out, and I like this much better. This is Lumi. So those ads are real. They're real. This is Believe Cosmetics, and it's featured in Dollar General. Nothing is over like $5. I did a dedicated video just to Believe Cosmetics, I don't know, it's a couple years ago now, and I haven't tried them since, and I felt a little guilty about that. So I stopped at Dollar General and picked up a few things, because those other Dollar General things that I had are long gone. Either they were used up or they were given away in a giveaway, and there is some high quality stuff. The foundation, it rivals a lot of higher end luxury cosmetics. This is a wonderful foundation, and even I like it, and I have picky skin. I have dry skin with wrinkles texture. It does not go into the wrinkles. It is a really nice coverage. It lasts a long time. I don't know why I haven't kept up with it. I got a shade that I think is a little light. There were a lot of light shades, not a lot of dark shades. They seem to go into the medium area. So this is a little bit light for me, and this is about the fourth one in. This is Warm Nude, I believe. No, it's just Nude. Nude if you're a fish belly white girl. So this is the nude shade. Really, really wonderful. A soft finish to it. It's just beautiful. I think anybody with any skin type would like this, and it's worth going in and having a check. Now this shade, which is nude, is probably a medium light, closer to light skin shade. I would suggest going up a shade higher than you think, because this looked darker in the tube than it does on the hand. So the only complaint I have about this line, it drives me nuts. They have these, you know, theft-proof stickers on there, so you have to use some goop off or something to get the glue residue off of it, or you'll have a sticky mess when you remove it, because it holds the thing together. So once you take that off so that you can open the product, it's sticky there, so you have to use your goop off on that. But this is Believe Foundation, Believe Beauty Foundation, absolutely marvelous stuff, wonderful. Now the under eye corrector, they had a light coral shade and a light pink. Now this shade is what they call the light shade, and I don't know if I have any darkness here. Maybe I can stick it here. I like to use my finger to just tap it in so that I get a little bit of brightness there. This is a cream corrector, so it's a little bit different than a concealer because it color corrects. It doesn't necessarily conceal. And it's really, really nice for the dark areas that you have. And then you can either lightly powder over it or you can use your concealer. But I like to use it in the areas where I have an extra redness. So the color corrector was nice. It does last a long time. I have to set it with powder because it moves. Now I have two blushes. I have Doll Face, which is a cream blush. And I believe that's what I had on here before we started this, adding other things. So this is the cream blush in Doll Face. It is a kind of a pinkish neutral shade. If you are a medium to medium light to light skinned person, you'll like this very much. It's a neutral to pink, neutral to cool tone, I would say. And then I got this shade, which is more of a corally warm tone. This one is called Creamy Peach. And this is very light. And this is more of a warm tone powder blush. And none of these things were more than like $4.50. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So Doll Face is the pink, and then the Creamy Peach is the powder. So the cream blush is Doll Face, and the powder blush is Creamy Peach. So they're both really nice. I think the cream Doll Face had more longevity. I had my mask on, so it's hard to tell because I was wiping and rubbing against my face. I'm going to have another video about wearing makeup underneath a mask, and you'll be surprised because I just don't think we should be wearing makeup underneath a mask, but I'll go over that when I do the video. For brow gel, I have so many brow pencils and brow products that I thought I would just use the brow gel, which is the clear. And it's nice to use a clear brow gel because once you draw in your brows, you can hold your own natural little brow hairs up by using the clear brow gel. Why use this instead of a color? Because sometimes when you use a color brow gel, it's flat and it looks like wax. It makes your brows look like they're made out of wax. And I think that the clear gives a much more natural look to your eyebrows. So, and this is quite a nice one, and I love the little brush with that. Now this is the Believe, this is the eye primer, and I think it's a really nice one. There's two colors. There's one that's kind of a medium skin tone one, and then there's this one which is a light shade. They call it transparent, but I think it comes off a little bit white on the lid. And it's slightly tacky, but man, it holds your eyeshadow on all day. It's actually a really nice eye primer. And I think this was like $2.50 or $3. Really, really nice from Believe Beauty. We're still on Believe. Now their eyeliners are really good. Olivia is the beautiful green eyeliner. This one is Mystic, which is a very, very pretty color. It's kind of a purpley gray, and you can use it as an eyeshadow or you can use it as a liner. You can smear it out and it lasts all day. This rivals Urban Decay. Really, really nice. Mystic is this color, and I also got a charcoal color, which is a slightly darker shade, and this is what I would use instead of a black liner if I want to use a black or a black to smear out and darken up, you know, an eyeshadow. So this is really nice, the charcoal one as well. Disappointed a little bit in their eyeshadow palette. They have some nice colors, but the color stories are a little bit odd, the way they go together. This one, I'll just show you. I'll just show you the colors here. And maybe I can put this one on here. So we have, let's see if I can do, okay, here they are, world's worst swatches. I'm just not good at this. But the darker shades come off pretty well. The lighter shades aren't as pigmented as I would like, and that's how I can tell the quality of an eyeshadow, if the light shades aren't pigmented enough. So you can use, some of these are really nice just underneath the brow, the arch of the brow, to make a little bit of an eye-catching, you know, catch the light kind of a thing. This pink is very nice for just in the inner corner. It's very brightening. But this one is Plush Purples, but the only thing purple in it is this, and this doesn't come off very, very pigmented. So let me just put that, I'll just put that right here. It's the only purple in the palette, so I don't know why they're calling it Plush Purples, but it is kind of pretty. I don't know, I didn't think they lasted long enough. No. However, I loved these. These are the kind of jelly, they're kind of like the Shock formula from ColourPop. They're kind of squidgy. And again, you know, you can use it again, like, isn't that pretty? I got two colors because I wanted to use the purple on my lid, but I wanted to use the other shade, which is a kind of a bronzy color. I wanted to use that lined underneath my eyes. I think that's going to be very pretty. So let me just, and it's squidgy. It's not powder and it's not cream. It's something in between. And I like putting colors like this right underneath my eyes because you get a little bit of depth there without it being a harsh line. And I think it's a really nice color. This color is called Vintage. So, and also I have so many sprays right now. I don't think I don't have that one going. So but I do like the Believe Beauty, the setting spray. It's very, very nice, and a lot of people do like that. Right now I'm using the Neutrogena one. It is a little like squirting yourself with a kitchen sprayer. It's a little bit too strong and large droplets, but it does give you a nice cohesive kind of dewy look to your face when you use it. That's the Neutrogena Radiant Setting Spray, and it is indeed radiant, and it does kind of make your whole face meld together. The Guerlain Lingerie de Peau, this is the Natural Perfection Foundation. I got the wrong shade, I think, but I do like this. It's awfully nice. It's very expensive though, and quite frankly, the Believe Beauty did just as good a job at this as this did. So I'm going to say that I probably wouldn't repurchase this, and it's misleading online what shade to get because this is way too light for me. So I actually mixed this with a darker shade of one of my other foundations that's too dark for me. And this is a really nice, there is a light fragrance to the Guerlain line, and I think a lot of the bougie kind of brands do put fragrance in their products because that's part of the experience. It's part of the sensory experience of wearing something that's a quality product. So the Lingerie de Peau, excellent foundation. I think it's a little pricey for what it is, and I do think the Believe foundation is just as nice. So, you know, $5 or, you know, $55. My favorite brand, this particular month has been Erborian. And Erborian is a Korean brand. They make BB creams, a lot of skin products, very, very emulsive, very hydrating, very moisturizing products. And their tinted moisturizers and tinted BB creams and tinted CC creams are just beautiful. You get a little tube for, I don't know if it's $30 or whatever, $25, I don't know. The BB cream with ginseng is the best. I got the medium shade. There's only 3 shades. There's light, medium, and dark. And they do meld with you to a degree. This is the medium, and obviously you can see it's a little bit dark. This just blends into your skin so nicely. And you don't need a primer underneath. Actually, with BB creams, which are beauty bombs, you are supposed to have them directly on your skin because there is an SPF on here. They have a different rating system for SPF than we do, but the BB cream with ginseng from Erborian is my favorite foundation type product right now. Now, I had bought the medium shade. It was slightly dark, so I ordered the lighter shade, which is the Claire shade, and they sent me the CC cream by mistake, and the CC cream is a little bit too light. It is actually got a different purpose. Yeah, I know it's white, but it does change. It changes. And you can see it's changed already, but it's too light. It's actually a wonderful product on its own. So I mix that with the BB cream, and I come up with my perfect shade. But these two together in a light powdering with my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless powder is wonderful. I love this. So Erborian is a brand to think about. You can find them on Amazon, and they do ship. Usually it only takes about a week to get the product from them, even now. So 2 concealers I've been using all month. One is Erborian, and it is, surprise, just like it's got, you know, the thing, you click it up, the hook comes up in here, and then you get this beautiful, you can use the sponge to blend it in. I like to just apply it and then use my fingers tapping in to blend the product in. This is the Erborian Touch Pen, and this is the Claire shade. It is light, it is beautiful. Blends into the skin nicely. I set it with a little bit of powder. It lasts all day. It's wonderful. And its sister here is Charlotte Tilbury. Same idea. Twist. The hook comes in the top. And this one, very, very subtle concealer. It's not heavy coverage. It's very light. Tap it in. Put a light little layer of powder, and you've got this marvelous brightening effect. So the 2 of these, they're kind of tied. I love them both. I think the Erborian is a little less expensive than the Charlotte Tilbury. And I like the Charlotte Tilbury has a little window here so you can see how far down you are with the product. For drugstore, I still shop in the drugstore. Physicians Formula Healthy Skin Anti-Aging Perfector. This is shade 20. This is shade 30. I mix these 2 together to make my perfect shade. This is a wonderful product. It's got SPF 20 in it. It's very similar to the Erborian, where you get this kind of beautiful glow of healthiness. It's not overpowering. It's not too heavy. It's not mask light. It's just really nice. So you see it, the Healthy Skin Anti-Aging Perfector. I would recommend shade 30. I really would if you are a medium to medium light person. If you've never bought anything from Beauty Wish, they wrap everything so carefully. Unlike Sephora and Ulta, who dump the thing, it's loose in the box rolling around. You open it up, there's nothing in the box but one lipstick, you know. These people take care, you know, and they usually have a little signed card that says packed by Josie or something. Thank you for your order, enjoy, or whatever. But, you know, they take the time and care to make a really nice presentation and good, solid packing. I love Beautylish. I think they're a wonderful distributor to work with. Okay, so Wayne Goss, the lipstick comes in the little silver cases, and the lip gloss, a little larger, comes in that really, really nice. I do like the packaging, is very nice. They are rectangular tubes. Very nice. They're a nice claspy, hard click to close. They don't open up in your purse, and I like that. They seem short, but there's a lot of product in here, and there's no less product in here than there is in any of the bigger size lipsticks. So you get a lot for your money. So when these colors were introduced and the glosses, everybody kind of commented like they all look like slight variances of the same shade. And you know, to a degree maybe they're right, but I got two different shades, one on the lighter end of the lipsticks and one on the darker end of the lipsticks. I think Zinnia was the darkest shade. I got the next shade up, which is Orchid. And then I think a second or third shade in was Amaryllis. So I got that shade. And then for the gloss, I got Hyacinth, which was kind of middle of the road. It wasn't glittery, it wasn't too shiny, and it looked like it could be a standalone product. So, this is Amaryllis, and I think what I'll do is I'll just try it on for you, and then I'll put the gloss over it. This is Amaryllis. It's a very pretty daytime shade. I do like this Amaryllis shade very much. I think it's very nice. It's a very your lips, but much better kind of shade. Now my initial problem with this was I was drinking out of my coffee cup when I tried this. There is transfer, and it doesn't last very long, and that was disappointing about this particular shade. So let me just put it on again, and then I'm going to put the gloss on. And it's kind of a pretty, it's a warm tone nude. And then Hyacinth, this is kind of a warm tone nude shine that you're adding to it. So there is a little bit of minty wafting here. I don't know if it's a plumper. I didn't feel like it was a lip plumper, but it is a peppermint kind of smell to the gloss. So that is Amaryllis with Hyacinth, and I think it's a beautiful combination. I really do. Now I like the lip gloss better than the lipstick. I think it's it seemed to stay quite a while, and when I had the lip gloss, it made the lipstick last longer. But there is transfer with that as well. So let me take this off, and we're going to try the other shade, which is Orchid. Now Orchid was the next to the darkest shade, and I thought I would try it because with the Hyacinth gloss it would probably lighten it up. So let me just put this on. Now this is kind of a tannish, orange, brownish kind of color. Terracotta, I don't know. I am not as thrilled with this one. In the studio lights it looks better, but in daylight it's a little bit orange tan. And you get that transfer. I'm going to put Hyacinth over the top. And that helps it a lot, but Hyacinth on its own is quite a strong pigmented gloss, so it actually is putting Hyacinth color over the top. And when it wears down, this is actually a really nice combination. When it wears down, it's darker, but I like the combination of these two very much. And I'm going to blow your mind for a minute here. And it was quite by accident that this happened, but I'm going to use the Orchid shade. I'm going to show you something. Now this is the Orchid shade on the top. I'm going to use another shade on the bottom. It's pretty much an exact match. Does it look exact, top and bottom? This is LA Girl. It's $1. It actually wears better and longer than the Wayne Goss lipstick does. This color is called Getaway, and it's from LA Girl. It's a new shade, and I just happened to buy it because it was a new shade from LA Girl, and I thought, oh, I'll try one of these junky shades just to see. I'm like, I've seen this before. I just bought this today. So it's, let me just swatch them side by side because you won't believe it. Okay. So this is the LA Girl. And this is the Wayne Goss. And they look identical on the lips. So, blown away? I am. So I don't know if I could recommend the Wayne Goss lipsticks, and I feel terrible because I want to preface this. Well, it's not prefacing now, but I mean, I love Wayne Goss. When I started watching YouTube makeup videos back in 2011 or so, Wayne Goss was doing demos and teaching, and he was great, you know, back then. I learned a lot from him, and I feel grateful to him. So the second he put out makeup, I bought it. When he collabed with Paula's Choice on that awful eyeshadow palette, I bought it because I wanted to support him. But this, I'm really disappointed in the formulation. I really am. It doesn't last long enough, and I can dupe it for $1. So no, Wayne Goss lipstick was a fail. The lip gloss, if you're going to try it, the lip gloss is not bad, but you get a lot of transfer, and I don't like transfer. A really happy surprise this month was the e.l.f. Quad, and this is in Carnival Candy. This made wonderful eye looks, and it doesn't look like it would, but it makes a wonderful eye look. I really love this, and this blue is just beautiful on. I don't know if I can do this or not. I've got so many colors on. Oh my goodness. Can I blame it on the wine yet? Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. And these are like $3. e.l.f. Carnival Candy. Give it a try. I think you'll like it. It makes a beautiful, beautiful eye look. Disappointed. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, the Sophisticate. and I talked about this before, and somebody said, well, you know, one of those shades has sparkle in it. And I'm like, no, the brown doesn't have any sparkle in it. There's no sparkle in the brown. So, and I was like, really? Because there's nothing. It's matte. They're all matte. Yeah, there's no sparkle in there. All 4 of these shades are matte, and this one is not very pigmented. For a light shade, you can hardly see it. It hardly comes off on the eye. So this was very disappointing. And for a Charlotte Tilbury product, I may even tried this before and returned it. Now I'm going to return it again when we can return things again. I don't know how to return stuff anymore. I've been really good to the stores lately, but yeah, Charlotte Tilbury, the Sophisticate, was a total fail. I did talk about Miraness because they did send me a basket of goodies. I had reviewed them. I'd paid my own cash money for a lot of products from them and reviewed them very positively. They saw my video, so they sent me a box of goodies. So this mascara was great. This is the Lash Whip Root Tight Lining Mascara. And it's very much like the IT Cosmetic. You know, IT Cosmetics has their, you can tight line with it. You can hit those lower lashes. It's a beautiful, almost like a tubing mascara. It's so strong and vibrant for such a tiny little brush. It makes big, big honking lashes. So I really like this from Miraness. It lasts all day. It doesn't leave dings on your upper lid. It doesn't smudge underneath. So Miraness, and then it's the Lash Whip Mascara. That is the tight lining one with the tiny little brush. It looks like a stick almost, but it's enough of a brush that you can, especially your lower lashes, look great. But you can use it on your upper lashes, and you can get so close to your under your lash area there that you can tight line with this. Beautiful. I meant to talk about this cheek product again because I really like it. This is the Clear, which is clean and pure. This is a cover stick. You can use it as a lipstick, and you can use it as a cheek product. And it's very, very nice from Clear company. Really beautiful. That's a cream product. Now I changed over from Amber at Fenty because Amber was a kind of a grayish color, and I used it to contour. These are from the Matchstick collection that she has. Now this one is a this is Mocha, and it's more of a warmer tone and slightly lighter than the Amber tone. It does the same thing where you can make a little triangle, and then you can kind of add dimension to your face. And you can go where the St. Bernard gels are and kind of shape your face a little bit. It's a really nice thing. I think I still prefer the Amber, but the Mocha is nice because it's a little more subtle. If you have very fair skin, I think you might like the Mocha better for contouring. I'm still using my Thrive Cosmetics mascara. This is the Lash Extension Mascara, and I talked about it a few years ago when they first came out, and they actually did send me a few products after I reviewed them. I do like this, and this company is really nice in that when you buy a product from them, it is a little bit pricier than other products that are similar, but they donate a product to Look Good, Feel Better cancer program for women, also women's shelters. They will donate a product when you buy a product, and it's not necessarily the same product you bought that they give to them, but they do donate products to charities and women's shelters, and I think that's wonderful of them. So this was started by a lady who was inspired to help her friend who was suffering with hair loss from cancer. in making brow pencils and things so that she could maintain an appearance of normalcy while she was going through her chemo treatments. And it just blossomed into this where they donate a lot to the Cancer Society. So I really like Thrive Cosmetics. I think they're really nice. They ran into a little trouble last year with their taxes or something. There was something about what they claimed they gave away, and it caused a court case to happen. I think that was resolved. They're still in business. So I hope all of you are having a wonderful week. That's pretty much all of my May faves and flops, and that's a lot of them. That's a lot. It's a half a glass of wine's worth. Speaking of drinking, anybody tried this peanut butter whiskey? There's a couple of different brands. This one's called Sheepdog. And I'm gonna just pour a little here. You will see a live demo here of this. I'm just gonna make it fancy. I'm just gonna pour a little in here. This is Sheepdog peanut butter whiskey. So I'm gonna shoot this down. Hey, it's not bad. It doesn't taste like whiskey. It tastes like almost like a flavored vodka, but the peanut butter isn't the taste I'm getting from this. I'm getting something else from this, but it's not peanut butter. But it's very pleasant, very pleasant. I would definitely do another shot of that, but not here, not now. Everybody have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Take care. Toodles.